Jekyll here. As you can see, we're going to be having ourselves a little movie night. Now this... they made this movie about me, you know? Yeah. Technically this movie is in the public domain. And Jekyll used to be such a handsome person that they cast Drew Barrymore's grandfather. In each of us, two natures are at war. The good and the evil. All our lives a fight goes on between them, and one of them must conquer. But in our own hands lies the power to choose what we want most to be we are. Yeah, very true. We've got to separate our own selves. See? Idealist and philanthropist. That's me, a doctor of medicine. Although, back in my day, medicine used to be a very different thing. Yeah. Oh, look at how handsome he is, right? Yeah, look at young me. They couldn't have picked a better person. Oh man, I remember those microscopes back in the day. Those aren't just movie sets. They weren't very good though, like you had a very strong light. Dr. Richard Lanyon, as conservative professionally as Dr. Jekyll was progressive. Charles Lane. Oh yeah, Charles. Charles didn't exist in real life. He's a very dapper gentleman, isn't he? Very conservative, though. And I don't try, or I don't... Oh? I tell you, Lanyon, we haven't begun to discover what science can do with the body and mind of man. Look at him, so excited. Come on, take a look. It's in a book. Yeah, do it. Do it! Oh, don't be such a scaredy cat. I don't want to look inside the microscope. I don't know what it is. It's a tube of metal. I won't see anything. My God, look at it. This is astonishing. Damn it, I don't like it. You're tampering with the supernatural. Blah, 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 blah. Poole, a family servant who had inherited his young master. I think back in those days we inherited the servants, not the other way around. I won't dwell on that though. Yeah. Ah, Poole, my good man. It's time for your clinic, sir. Why, thank you, Poole. It is time for my clinic. Go ahead and dress me. Stick to the positive sciences, Jekyll. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what, Lanyon? I'm still alive, and you're very much dead. And you won't forget your dinner engagement at Sir George Carews. That's right. I won't. Now, they did take some liberties with this movie. I will give you that. But, not as handsome as, Jekyll was, of course. And, as ugly as Hyde was, too, yeah. Yeah. You'll see that a bit later, I guess. Spoilers. Oh man, I remember gas lamps. Those were ridiculous back in the day. They always put soot in the walls, and they smelled awful. Well, electric lights aren't too much better, I suppose. The Human Repair Shop, maintained by Dr. Jekyll at his own expense, the treatment of the poor. Yeah, I used to run a clinic of sorts. Yeah, it was very much for the treatment of the poor. I treated them very well. Yeah. 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 You've got to have good stock, you know? Oh, look at these miserable wretches. It reminds me of the good old days back in England. I lost that accent a long time ago. You've got to lose a few things when you're on the run, I guess. Oh, look at her. She's begging. Don't worry, old lady. I know exactly what to do. It'll be fine. Yeah, the child's okay. He's good resources. I mean, repeat business. I mean, don't faint. Don't faint. You never know what'll happen to you. This is London, of course. Hats were not that shiny back in my day. That's a movie prop, right? Yeah. Oh, yes, yes. This very much looks like the office I used to own. Yeah, at the clinic. You see, I used to work on the humors quite a bit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. So lively, aren't they? You might mistake her for a corpse. I've done that a few times myself, right? You go for a corpse and you find it's a fresh body. Always ruins the day, right? Never prepared for the screaming. Always as far from misery and suffering as he could get was Sir George Carew. Oh yes. Plenty of these English gentleman types around, I can assure you. What has happened to the eyesight of the elderly Duke of X? Or is he deliberately overlooking the interesting little friendship between his gay and frivolous bride and the dashing young Lord C? Obviously Lord Carew, right? Oh, there's always trysts, right? The nobles just can't keep it in their, His daughter Millicent, whom her father had brought up in sheltered innocence. Yeah, this is an invention of, the movie. Because they thought I needed a love interest or something. I don't know why. Strange, right? Look at her. She brightens up the room as she enters. Just as any proper lady should. These are from Dr. Jekyll. Ah, yes, yes, the young Dr. Jekyll. You like him, don't you? Very good, very good. Oh, Mr. John Utterson. J. Malcolm Dunn. I don't know anything about J. Malcolm Dunn. He doesn't look quite as handsome as the actor playing me, right? Never could. Never could. That's why he's not playing me. He's definitely got that chin, yeah. A very English chin. Oh, what's this? A little secret letter? Oh, you spoil me. Have you seen anything of Dr. Jekyll lately? Yes. Yes, I have. Between his laboratory and his poor, Jekyll hasn't much time for his friends. Also true. I didn't really have any. But isn't it wonderful of him to devote so much of his life to other people? Oh, you poor lady. Oh, if you only knew. There I am. Look at me. Yeah. Yes, this one weighs nicely. Has to be worth at least £5. I'll give you 2.5 for him. It's like buying fresh produce, you know? Children are especially bouncy, so instead of like tapping on them like a watermelon, you've got to throw them against the ground a few times, see if they bounce. Otherwise, they're not good, right? The more they bounce, the softer their bones. Yeah, it's always a good thing. I'm not sure if he's alive or dead either. I've seen a lot of zombie movies, and he kinda looks like one, don't you think? Take this at once to Sir George Carew. You're gonna catch flies that way, kid. You want a lollipop? A piece of candy? I don't want anyone thinking the wrong idea about this. Like, doctors always give children candy, right? Uh-huh. I always thought that children had such pudgy little hands, right? Like, they have all that, fat on them. I don't like it. It's very creepy, in a way. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. Look at these English gentlemen and ladies. My dear Lady Camden, a beautiful woman like you is paradise for the eyes, but hell for the soul. Well, maybe you're just a worthless sinner. Yeah. Maybe you should be courting women of your own age there, huh? Yeah? So Judge Carew's daughter, Millicent, beloved of Dr. Jekyll. Martha Mansfield. I'll give her this. She's kind of cute, right? In an English lady sort of way. Oh yes, the lovable tramps of England. Ah, yeah. They were great for the clinic. In what way? Plead the fifth. That is such a pompous coat. Look at that coat. I can't read this. Dr. Jekyll regrets he cannot be in time for dinner. He will join us later. Oh, look at the disappointment on her face. Everybody wants to see Jekyll after all, right? No one's after Hyde. Oh, throwing a tantrum. They always throw a tantrum, don't they? Heartbreaking. A little bit of anger, too. You can see it in the eyes. Very good actress. Mr. Edward Enfield, Cecil Cloveley. Ah, he's a very fine chap, isn't he? Very energetic. Doing his usual greetings rounds, yeah. Very common in English society, which I used to be part of. You know, they used to have an accent of sorts when the wine was in and the ladies were out. Yes, right. The ladies had to be out. I remember now. It was so long ago. Co-ed parties are such a thing of the present that I forgot all about the past. Yeah. Yeah, this is the men's table. And I know that sounds misogynistic, but it kinda is what it is. It's historical. I don't think it was very interesting either. This man Jekyll piques me. No man could be as good as he looks. Well, thank you. I do look pretty good, don't I? I assure you, George, he is London's St. Anthony, and I know because I lost a wager on him. Look at his rat face. No, I don't see it. Henry Jekyll is the finest man I know, although we differ on every scientific point. Cigarette burn in the corner. That's how you switch the reel, right? On a projector? That's when you know. The end of the film is coming. Oh look, I make my entrance. And of course my eyes go for the pretty lady. I don't think that's too accurate in real life, no. No, my eyes were more on, not organs. Yeah, let's not go with organs. What's normal? It's probably not organs. Hello, Jekyll. Nice to see you. It's me, Jekyll. Fine day, fine day. You know, Jekyll, you should have some wine. In devoting yourself to others, Jekyll, aren't you neglecting the development of your own life? Very true. You can't be so self-serving. Isn't it by serving others that one develops oneself, Sir George? No. That's a lovely message, but no. Which self? A man has two, as he has two hands. Because I use my right hand, should I never use my left? I don't want to know about your habits there. Please don't tell me anymore. Thank you. Yeah. You can see anger on Barrymore's face here. Your really strong man fears nothing. It is the weak one who is afraid of experience. Oh, you tempter. Yes, yes, okay. I see how this is gonna go down. A man cannot destroy the savage in him by denying its impulses. The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it. Silver-tongued. Haha. I understand. I disagree though. Yeah. Like, I understand that you have to put constraints on yourself, but you've got to be very careful as well. You can deny the beast and starve it. Oh, look at that creepy smile. He's probably the worst person in this film, isn't he? And he just looks like Count Dracula. Does Hyde or does Jekyll drink? Maybe. Maybe he does. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he likes his drafts, you know? That's a pun. My lady, what lovely harpsichord skills. I know it's not a harpsichord. It looks like a piano. I would be very surprised if there were any harpsichord players around today. It's a very old instrument, isn't it? With your youth, you should live as I have lived. I have my memories. What will you have at my age? Life. I'm alive, and you're dead. Over 100 years ago now. In one of London's music halls. Oh boy, music halls weren't really what they were today. Let's see. Let's see what we see, huh? Ah yes, rowdy gentlemen, with their not shiny hats. Very gruff man. Quiet down over there. I like his mutton chops. Shut your face, you're hiding his stage. I don't know what that means. Hiding the stage? Ladies and gents, allow me to introduce the famous Italian dancer, Miss Gina. Give her your kind applause. Settle down, play the music. Hyde, when you edit this, remember to put some music here. If not, it's going to be very awkward. Gina, who faced her world alone. Nita Naldi. I think I heard something about her dying. Like, this film was filmed in 1920, so I'm sure they're all dead. It was to this place that Sir George led Dr. Jekyll, later that night for an illustration of his argument at dinner. Okay. Illustrate the argument then, George. I don't think there was a real-life George either. I'd have remembered a name like that. Sir George. Probably. What's the matter? Afraid of temptation? I'm afraid of you. You're kind of creepy looking. And that's saying something coming from Jekyll, of all people. I do wonder what these silent film actors were saying, right? Like, I can't read lips. But that looked very interesting, whatever she was saying. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We definitely have the right kind of music hall from my memories. Not that I've ever been in one. Dear viewers. Shut up, Hyde. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What a lovely dancer. You see her over there? Let me don my pince-nez. Look at all of these dirty old men. Yeah. Yeah, they all have their vices. And they're trying to corrupt the pure, innocent young Jekyll. And I think it's working in this film. Look at him, he's enamored. Would you do this to your potential son-in-law? Like, he's supposed to marry this villainous guy's daughter, right? That's the engagement, isn't it? Or is that later? I don't remember. Yes, go get her for me. Yes, of course. Very good, sir, very good. Ah, yes. I really do love these facial expressions. You can tell. It comes from a different era of acting, doesn't it? Excuse me, sir, yes. That lady on the stage there. Tell me more about her. And can you bring her over for a private party? Oh, money. This guy, yes. Go get him, Yeah, this is about how I remember things going, of course. Not in real life, but in music halls. Fairly common, unfortunately. Yeah. I don't know if much has changed in recent years. I don't want to do it. Yeah, I don't blame you. Not interested? Then you just gotta show them my handsome face, of course. And look at how her face changes. Yeah, just melts away, doesn't it? That frown goes away. Note the subtle body contact, yeah? Not so subtle anymore, is it? Not becoming of a Victorian lady. Yes, very good. It's very strange that you're nodding like that. Why are you doing this to your potential son-in-law? Now you just lost her some money, of course. Plying a lady with a drink. No standards, no morals. I always hated how two-faced, Victorian society used to be. Kind of ironic, isn't it? That's one thing I don't miss. Horse carriages. You know, the streets were never clean, right? For the first time in his life, Jekyll had wakened to a sense of his baser nature. Baser here means more vulgar, more common. I don't know if it was. Like in the book, Jekyll was an old man by the time the book was written. And they kind of got that right. Like, I was like in my 80s, but by that time, there were some liberties taken with the book as well. I've always had this youthful appearance, as it were. So, the movie has that right. But by the time of the book, yeah, I was already an old man. And a lot of things has happened, yeah. There isn't much in life Sir George has overlooked. There's one thing he has overlooked. Man's immortal soul. Very indignant. Quite right, sir, quite right. The immortal soul. The one decent thing about him is the way he has brought up Millicent. He has protected her as only a man of this world could. Quite a vulgar argument. Wouldn't it be marvelous if the two natures in man could be separated, housed in different bodies? By Jove, I think he's got it. Wouldn't it? Marvelous, but impossible. No, it can't be done. I think it can. I think it can. Science has wrought miracles. Why not this? But that's sacrilege. Man would be both god and devil. He is. Already. It's just what you allow to be shown. Think what it would mean to yield to every impulse, yet leave the soul untouched. Sacrilege, blasphemer. I'll have no part of this discussion. Good day, sir. May God have mercy on your soul. But what if he didn't? I really wish that the film cameras were better back in the day, so that we could see all of these glorious expressions. His imagination afire with this new idea, and his whole being mastered by the exploring passion of the scientist, Jekyll spent days and nights in his laboratory. Laboratory. I always want to say it laboratory, but I also want to say it laboratory. Yeah, like an American. Probably because of Dexter's Laboratory, right? Yeah. In real life, I just copied the formula out of a book. I hate to break it to you, but the Necronomicon has a lot of different recipes for potions and drafts of all kind. Libations don't have to be libelous. Look at this old school editing. Physical film on physical film. What a flashback sequence. By Jove, I'll do it. I'll drink the poison. Look at the trepidation on his face. The immediate regret. Enter the ugly one. Hey, I'm not the one at fault here, Hyde. I'm not the one at fault here. Everybody knows you're the ugly one. No one likes you, Hyde. This is all done with his facial muscle control. No CGI, no props, not yet. No prosthetics. Just him putting on a weird face. That's what you are, Hyde. A weird face. And here's the first prosthetic. Very advanced technique for filmography at the time. Very nice. Very nicely done. You really ought to take better care of your fingernails, Hyde. Yes, you're very ugly. I know, it's very confusing. You used to be very handsome. This is exactly how I felt after, spending so much time locked up in my college days, as it were. Like, I would spend days just doing nothing but work, and then I would go outside and see the sun, and I'd have that exact same look on my face, that look of excitement. Yeah. Is it really me? My God, I look ugly. It's perfect. And now, the question. Did the drug have power to restore him to his normal state? That used to. It used to. Now the drug doesn't even matter. The draft that I made, it has no power at all. Look at him. He's just pretending to mix things. Doesn't know what he's doing. Look, it changed colors. Very dramatic, isn't it? I mean, the first couple changes were like that, so I don't fault them for putting that in the movie, but for the most part, they're not quite so violent. Yeah. Look at him. As handsome as he used to be. Yeah. Just as handsome as I used to be. Of course, he has to go look for the mirror. He couldn't tell immediately that his, position, his height has changed. Like, Hyde is supposed to be shorter than Jekyll, but we've switched back and forth so many times that we're almost the same person. There are very few differences between us in reality. Look at how shocked he is. How relieved. Never test medications on yourself, children. Of course Hyde wouldn't do that. Of course Jekyll wouldn't do that either. No, no. This is pure foolishness. Poole, my man. Tell me, do I look normal to you? Poole, there's a friend of mine named Hyde. I want him to have full liberty and authority about the house. Me. Treat him as you would me. Hold on, bring a mirror. And I want you to have a long mirror placed in my laboratory. At once, sir. Look at those eyebrows. So wild. They don't make eyebrows like that anymore. They don't make does that make sense? Now for a secret place where Hyde could live his chosen life. Yeah, it's true. I did try to separate him for a while, right? Like, I tried to keep my own misadventures my own, and I tried to keep his own. Didn't always work out. But I tried. For a good portion of my early days as Hyde. The authorities caught on rather quickly, in fact. There was this one detective named, Holmes, I think it was, out of Scotland Yard, I think. Yeah, something like that. Good day, madam. Good day. I don't care if that's not his voice. That's his voice in my head. Ah yes, this flea-bitten dump will do just fine, thank you. It's fantastic. It's more than an animal like me deserves. Look at his hat. So not shiny. You can tell how well a Victorian gentleman is doing in life by the shininess of his hat. And this being all dirty and tattered, not very good. Ah yes, I have this promissory note by a man by the name of Jekyll. In the impenetrable mask of another identity, Hyde set forth upon a sea of license to do what he, as Jekyll, could not do. Which is ironic, because in the book and in real life, I did whatever I want before, you know? Yeah, it never stopped me before. I just had to be more careful. Her again, the dancer. I do like a good cigar. Right away, sir. I'll bring her over. Yes, I want to ruin her life. Look at me, I'm ugly. Excuse me, miss. There's a gentleman over there who wants to meet you. He is very ugly. I'm sorry, sir. He's really showing too much shoulder, don't you think? It's not befitting of a Victorian lady at all. Oh, you find him ugly. You're repulsed. Most people do, and most people are. Why, hello there, lady. It's nice to see you. You're so beautiful. Sit down, sit down. Share a drink with me. What do you mean that's not what you sound like? It's exactly what you sound like. Don't try to deceive them, Hyde. I know what you sound like. So pretty. Look at you. What is this bubble on your finger there? That's a ring. Have you never seen a ring before? Oh, it's a poison ring. Right, they used to store poison in this. It is an old Italian ring made to carry poison. There's a story about it. The story is that it was made to carry poison. To kill someone with the poison. Little dear viewers, voices in our heads, please do not poison people. I cannot have any strikes on my channel, so I will say please do not poison people. Yeah. The lady slipped a ring, and from it the poison came. It looks like some kind of grand conspiracy is going on here. It's a very marvelous hairstyle. The straight across bangs, the hair over the ears. They actually do make rings like this, and I may or may not own one. Yeah. I don't know if I should say that. I've never stored any poison in this hypothetical ring. No. I just like the idea of them. Yeah. Salute. And then the woman they didn't like died. Or is that a man? I can't tell. I really can't. What a fascinating story that was. Tell me more. And give it to me. Give me that ring. It's mine now. Like, they're not that uncommon, Hyde. You didn't have to take it. You could have just bought one from anyone, really? A proposal of marriage. Oh, okay. So this is where the marriage comes in. I love you. I've always loved you. Quit pining after that handsome man, Dr. Jekyll, and come with me. I can't. He's just too handsome. It would never work between us. It can only be Jekyll. Then there is someone else. Of course there is. We've just talked about him. Dr. Henry Jekyll? The handsome one? Remember? The one that isn't Hyde? Oh, I see. Of course. I can't fault you. You have impeccable taste. To provide against mishap in dangerous game he was playing, Jekyll adopted a simple plan. What plan was that? I don't remember adopting a simple plan at all. Oh, right, the will. The will. In case I couldn't ever change back. That would have been very unfortunate, right? I'm not reading cursive script, I'm sorry. Everything is left to, Hyde if I die, essentially. And we have witnesses, right? Edward Hyde, right there. I know, it's terrible. I wouldn't want to leave anything to him either. But there was a period of my life where I was very concerned that I would not be able to change back. Yeah, it's true. I object to this. I don't know anything about this Edward Hyde guy. I don't know about this either. But who is this Hyde to whom you are leaving everything? I don't know anything about any Hydes. Well, that's me, of course. This is a private matter which I cannot explain. Don't worry about it. It's fine, isn't it? If you say so. I don't know him, though. Have you entirely forgotten Millicent Carew? She has heard at your apparent neglect of her. Yeah, actually I did forget about her. It's funny, isn't it? Go and see her. She is the sort of influence a man needs in his life. A proper English lady. I'm sure she is the kind of influence that you need in life, yeah. As Hyde plunged deeper into his vice, his trail was soon strewn with victims of his depravity. It's always the case, isn't it? Right? Like, Hyde is always the one who leaves destruction in his wake. I always cleaned up after my own messes. Look at me, I'm ugly. Yes, you're very ugly, I know. Look at me, I'm ugly. You already said that. Get out, I'm through with you. Yeah, he would say this, wouldn't he? Well, look at him, he's just a horrible monster. Get out, get out. I don't want to see you ever again. But I dropped everything in my life for you. I was even sewing your clothes for you. I don't care, I'm a monster and I'm ugly. I really don't care. I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it would have happened. Yes, look at me, I'm happy. Blah, blah, blah. In a sudden revulsion against the power he felt was dragging him down, Dr. Jekyll gave a hostage to his soul. What does that mean, giving a hostage to your soul? What kind of hostage would you give it to a soul, right? I do look terribly depressed, don't I? Look at me, I can't sin anymore. I'm a horrible person. I look so depressed. I do like pianos, though. Like, I prefer pianos to any other kind of playing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Millicent, whoever you were. You don't actually exist in my life. You're a fictional, yeah. You're a fictional character. Hi there, handsome. Do you know who I am anymore? I'm sorry, Millicent. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. It's been so awful. My heart, it's broken because I can't have the handsome Dr. Jekyll. Whatever will I do? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Millicent. I never meant to hurt you. Look at her, she's pouting. I'm going to say sweet words into your ear until they can no longer hurt you. Look at me, I've always loved you, dear. You've always been so pretty. There's no way that this ever could end up poorly between us. Oh, the kiss scene. I remember the kiss scene. For some time, Dr. Jekyll renounced the dark indulgences of Hyde, until in an hour of weakness, the demon long caged burst forth more malignant than before. He was always the ugly one, remember? Yeah, he's an ugly one. No, I won't ever stop saying it. Sorry, Hyde. You're the ugly one. Look at him, he's stalking through these dark London streets. Of course he's the ugly one. Why wouldn't I call him a demon? Look at him, he's stooping over like an animal. I never looked like that. He's so gross. Look at him. Like, he just keeps getting grosser. Grosser and grosser. Knock knock, who's there? The ugly one. The ugly one who?
Hyde.
Ah, very good, sir. You're allowed in. You have enough ugliness credits that you're allowed into our establishment. Look at how oily his hair is, too. So gross.
Hey, wake up, boy. Go away. This is my kind of establishment.
Why? Why is it? Why, if it isn't Edward Hyde, come on over.
Yes, my lady, of course I will. Pour me a stiff drink. From that barrel on top of the bar. Hello, how do you do?
Look at how he surveys the area. Like he's some kind of predator, right? Yeah, of course he's a predator. He just wants to know who the prey is.
He thinks he's covered in red ants. How hilarious. What about that guy over there? The one who thinks he's covered in red ants. Opium addict, I suspect. Oh, it's you. A lady. How about it, lady? Would you let me ruin your life?
Quiet, Hyde. I'm trying to make fun of you here.
Oh, yes. Let me tell you something. I have a lot of experience in ruining women's lives. Do you like my fingernails? Very creepy, isn't he? I mean, aren't I? Let me whisper sweet nothings into your ear.
I really don't care, Hyde. That seems about right to me. This is exactly the kind of behavior that you would be doing.
Oh, what's that? Oh, you. I ruined your life. Yes, you look quite sickly. Let me laugh at you. I don't care. You see her over there? I'm going to make you look like her by the end of this film. So why don't you both come with me? Look at her. She's pretty, and you're not. I don't have any need of you anymore. Yes, yes. All right. I'm going to hobble away now. If you want, you can come with me. How about it? Come on then. See you later.
Look at his head. The prosthetic head there is just ridiculous, isn't it? Hyde is such a gross person. I hate him. I hate him a lot. Ah, yeah, the opium dens.
Look at you. You look like a corpse. You might be one too. Oh, it's fine. Any corpse will do.
Yeah, this is definitely an opium den. You can tell by the racist caricatures of the individuals running the establishment. What exactly is Hyde looking for here? I don't know. Probably some kind of woman, so he can ruin her life. That sounds about right, doesn't it, dear viewers?
This girl. I remember this girl. I ruined her life. Do you know where she is? Oh, hello. There you are. The dancer. Nice to see you again. Can you see my head grew like an egg? Of course I'm ugly. I'm very ugly. My name is Edward Hyde.
Into the life of Millicent, the shadow of evil now began to creep. I will again remind you that Millicent is an invention of this film. She didn't exist in the book, or in real life. As if I could ever get anyone to agree to marry me, right? Yeah, never happened. Well, especially with Hyde. It was very possible before Hyde came out. Not so much before, well, the clinic experiments, of course. I plead the fifth to those, and I hope there's a statute of limitations.
Now you see, dear, that Henry Jekyll over there is extremely handsome. Maybe you should marry him. Oh, I know. He's hanging around that despicable brute, Dr. No, not a doctor. Ugly Mr. Jekyll. Wait, no, Mr. Hyde. I have not seen Dr. Jekyll nor heard from him in days.
Has something happened? Or has he ceased to care? I think I got the wrong one there. That's okay. It's not going to change anything.
Oh, don't worry, dear. Don't worry. I'm sure he'll be around eventually. I only tempted him into a dark path. It's not my fault. He was always going to be a good man.
The next morning, Sir George sought to discover the cause of Dr. Jekyll's mysterious absence.
It wasn't my doing, of course. It couldn't have been. Oh, there. Are you in there, Dr. Jekyll? Henry, are you there? No, go away. It's only the ugly Mr. Hyde.
Poole, my good man. Why'd you let them in, Poole? I didn't tell you to let them in.
Hello there, Poole. We have not seen your master for a week. Is he out of town? Well, no. He did not tell me he was going away, sir, but he has not been here. I don't know where he is. That's troubling, Poole. Oh, dear. How about it, sir? I don't know. He could be anywhere. But he is a good man. Of course he would not be anywhere unworthy. There is something curious about Jekyll's disappearance. Millicent is greatly worried about him. I'm sure she is, yes. What about this child over here? Oh, he's pretending to be a witch. Isn't that clever? They look like little monkeys, don't they? I am reminded that humans are pretty much just little monkeys. Trample on him. Yeah. Best part of the movie. Look at him. I don't feel anything for trampling on this little tramp. Look at him, this street urchin. Don't make me hurt him anymore. Damn your interference. What business is it of yours? Yeah. Hyde is that type of person, isn't he? Like, I wouldn't have cared. I don't really care what kind of trouble Hyde gets into. Name your price. You really shouldn't name your price, right? Like, you can haggle that down. Most people have a price, and you can go well below it. Yeah, that's Jekyll's advice to you. What's that? Bad advice? I don't care. It's the best advice as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, this actually happened in real life. I made the mistake of trying to bribe someone as Edward Hyde with my own checks. Back in the day, it used to be a lot easier to commit some kind of, I don't know, money frauds. But yeah, you had to sign your name, and Edward Hyde did not have a bank, as it were. So he had to use Jekyll. That is Henry Jekyll's signature, not yours. He is a close personal friend. Set your mind at rest about that. I will go with this man to the bank and cash the check myself. Yeah, security was a lot more lax back in the day, wasn't it? But it's okay. Not much has changed in the end. Excuse me, good sir. This man, Mr. Hyde. The only person with a key to the laboratory is Mr. Hyde, sir. Dr. Jekyll told me he was to come... something.
Okay, I missed that. That's fine. Hyde, pick that one up for me.
What can Jekyll have to do with a fiend like that? Blackmail?
After hours of lonely waiting. You better pick that one up, Hyde. I'm not going back through this for another try. Not happening. Yeah. Hello, viewers. Make fun of me. Tortured by remorse for Hyde's monstrous cruelties, Jekyll realized at last the evil nature to which he had voluntarily yielded now threatened to dominate his whole life. What was his whole life at this point? He's a scientist, he has a clinic for the poor, and he's engaged to a woman whose father tempted him onto a path of darkness. I don't know. Like, at this point, I don't think it would much matter. Luckily, in my real life, it didn't happen like this. Or else, there would be serious problems, wouldn't there be? Yeah, dear viewers, there would be.
Hello there, sir. Yes, it's a fine day. Let me see your master.
Uncomfortably warm. Unseasonably so. Can feel it choking me. The guilt on my back crawling like insects.
Knock knock, who's there?
Orange?
Orange who?
Well, if it isn't you... What do you want? Deeply untrusting eyes, aren't they? What do you want? Why are you here?
Yes, you're a mysterious young man, Dr. Jekyll.
It's only because of you. I wouldn't have done these things if it weren't for you.
What can you, with your presumably clean life, have to do with a vile thing like this Hyde?
I plead the fifth. What right have you to question me? You who first tempted me.
But what has this to do with Hyde, unless you can explain? I shall have to object to your marriage with my daughter.
You never wanted me to marry your daughter, did you? Wasn't that the case? It was you with your cynicism, who made me ashamed of my goodness, who made me long to do the evil things, something. Oh, I think he has had a heart attack of some sort. Oh, there's the ugly one, showing his face at last. Yeah, you look horrified. You did this. Yeah, that's right, children and dear viewers. Always blame someone else for your own problems. That's great advice. I didn't do this. It was you. You with your temptations. You made me this ugly thing. Look at you. You're not getting out of this alive. Yeah, it's about right. For 1920, this is extremely violent. Yeah. I didn't realize that movies were so violent in the 1920s. Very ugly. Like, Hyde just keeps getting uglier and uglier, doesn't he? He's like a little goblin or something. Yeah, for good measure, of course. Always double tap, right? Just to make sure they're finally done in. Look at those fingers. So disgustingly long. They really did the effects well in this movie. Just enough to be illustrative, but not too much to take you out of the moment. It's all very much in the realm of possibilities, as it were.
Oh no! The chair! He broke the chair! Oh no, the door is locked. I'll have to go outside another way. I'll report this to the police at once. You go for Mr. Arison. And you there, make me a sandwich and clean up that chair.
That's not a misogynist joke. No, she looked like a scullery maid. So, scullery maids would be working in the kitchen, right? Maybe they only did dishes, though. Maybe it is a sexist joke. Sorry if so. You know, Hyde and Jekyll, we come from a different era, so we sometimes forget. Yeah. It wasn't intended to be a sexist joke. Make sure that you know that. Because, you would know if it were intended to be one. Yeah. It wasn't. It was too dark to be sure, sir, but I got the impression it was Mr. Hyde. Edward Hyde lives at number 9, Barnsbury Road, Soho. Very good, sir. Very good. We'll be on it on the double. You there, stop standing around. You take my cane, I'll put on my cape. You follow me. Why did you throw your cape on the ground? I don't know what he's doing. You must break this to Millicent. Her father's death? Oh no. How would you do that, right? How would you tell a daughter that her father had been murdered? At her fiancé's house, no less. By her fiancé's close, personal, and very ugly friend. Yeah. Kind of a shame, isn't it? Burning the evidence won't do anything, Hyde. Your goose is cooked. Look at him skulking about. My dear, it seems your father has been murdered by the friend of your fiancé. I am Count Dracula. Yes, I know, it is terrible. This news must come as a great shock to you. There's a Benny Hill sketch here. We have these inspectors going around door to door looking for evidence of Mr. Hyde. Hyde? I don't know anything about him. Hyde's in trouble, is he? I've never seen him before in my life. Please come in. This was his room. I'm just an old lady. You can't blame me. Oh, what's this? The murder weapon was shoved haphazardly into the fire? Who could have guessed? And it hasn't even burned. Remarkable luck. I know, dear lady. The sight of your father's corpse probably is too much for you. Please identify the body. Yes, weep over it, but please do make the positive identification. Oh, yeah. He skulks back to the scene of the crime. If only I could separate him from myself forever. I tried, I did. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Remember, only I and Hyde had a key for this laboratory. Yes, we'll go back and find out what Jekyll knows of this man. Oh no. He used my walking stick. That's how they caught him. Oh, how foolish. How very foolish, Hyde. You should have known better. You always keep your identities separate, Hyde. How many times have I told you to do that? It's too late. They really could cover more ground if they split up, couldn't they? Not the brightest, but it's okay.
I'm Count Dracula. I don't know where my master went, sir. He was here early in the morning. Evening even.
Why does everyone look like Dracula in this movie? Like, I'm not the only one seeing it, right?
Oh no. What have I done?
It must have been that horrible and ugly Mr. Hyde. It couldn't have possibly been me, right? Oh, I feel awful. I murdered her father. Even though he tempted me on this dark path himself. It's entirely Mr. Hyde's fault. Yeah. Not mine. No. Let me wipe the blood away from my face to make sure. He really is a handsome man, isn't he? Right? Like, they couldn't have picked a better actor to portray me. Perhaps my master's returned, sir. He always locks the door when he works.
Pool, old man, are you there?
What's the big to do, fool? A murder, you say? Most foul. It couldn't have been anything on my property. Hyde? No. There's no way. Millicent's father? Oh, I can't believe that. This is ghastly. Horrible. Who would ever do such a thing? Certainly not I. Millicent must be so distraught. Being comforted by Dracula, as she is. Millicent, I am so sorry. Say something, man. You can't just leave a crying girl like that. Even I know better than that. She's your fiancé. Or, yeah. She is your fiancé. And you're her... The one that isn't that. What awful creature could have done such a thing? He must suffer for it. Henry, you must help me find him. About that. I'll do everything I can. Surely I will. Uh-huh. And now, in his hours off guard, outraged nature took her hideous revenge, and out of the black abyss of torment sent upon him the creeping horror that was his other self. Yeah, I've often called Hyde, a creeping horror. He's kind of, gross, isn't he? Yeah, he creeps around, he creeps around with his gross-looking face, and his gross-looking hands, and his gross-looking fingernails. Definitely a creeping horror. Oh, wow. I forgot about this scene in the movie. This is rather disgusting, isn't it? I don't know if that's supposed to be a spider, but I do know that this scene is well regarded as one of the most notorious of this movie. It's definitely a man spider, not a Spider-Man. So Marvel, please do not sue. Yeah, it gets really hard to control it sometimes, right? I recognize that, some days are just Hyde days, and some days are just Jekyll days. You can't control it. I can't. Not that I'd want to. In despair, Millicent appealed to Dr. Lanyon. Dr. Lanyon was a conservative doctor from before, at the beginning of the film, if you'll remember. Dr. Lanyon, I'm terribly worried about Dr. Jekyll. I've tried to reach him again and again, but he says he is ill and cannot see me.
He will not even see me, nor Edison. And I only look like Dracula.
Are you coming on to him? Have they found any traces of Hyde yet?
No, not Hyde nor hair. No, he has disappeared completely. Quite a baffling case. Having exhausted his supply of the essential drug, which alone could ensure even a temporary hold upon his better self, Jekyll dared not leave his laboratory.
Very interesting use of the word ensure there. Kind of anachronistic. Yeah, a little bit. Completely empty. I've been there before, Hyde. I've been there before. Oh, I'm sorry, Jekyll. Other Jekyll. This is rather confusing. Misfortune has fallen on this house. Something is wrong with the master. Yeah, his bottle's empty. He's done nothing but send Poole to the chemists all over town. Yeah, his bottles are empty. Get him something to drink, would you?
I'm sorry, it doesn't look good. The master is so eager for this drug, you would think it was a matter of his life. And there isn't any to be had in the whole of London. It's such a horrible thing to be so dependent. Oh, to be an addict.
This definitely is a drug addiction allegory, folks. So I hope you do realize that. Drugs are bad, yeah.
Oh, what's this? Oh no. No, please, no. I can't. Please don't let me change. I don't want to become ugly. No, please go away. Please, you can't stay. I don't feel well. Oh no.
The makeup in this movie is fantastic, isn't it? Like, you wouldn't even believe it was from the 1920s. How is the master? Something's got to be done. I'm going for Miss Millicent. You get Dr. Lanyon.
All right, at once. Yes, of course, sure. In a jiffy. Righto. Why, God, why? Why did you do this to me? I will swear my soul to you.
Yeah, that's very dramatic. Very over dramatic. Oh, there she is.
Right this way, Millicent. Our master is quite eager to see you, even though he hasn't left his lab in weeks, and he's said nothing of the sort.
I hate how people assume things, you know? They really shouldn't. Does he really want to see me?
Of course, I'm sure of it. Go see him. It's not like he said not to bring anyone here. Explicitly.
Millicent? Is that you? Jekyll, come out of there. I can't. I really can't. Please don't. Please, you have to go. It's not safe. Please. Oh no. I can't control it. Please, you have to go. I can't go, Jekyll. I can't. I can't leave you here all alone in your misery.
If you let me go.
I don't think biting your hand would do anything. right, the ring. Gotcha. Gotcha, the ring. And it all comes full circle, right? It's like Chekhov's gun. Of course it comes full circle. Look at how gross he looks though, right? Have you ever seen anyone who looks so gross in your life? Like, I know you all watch Hyde videos, but he's especially gross in this, isn't he? Oh yeah, yeah, that's a gross face. I can't tell what he wants there. Is he happy that he's dying, or does he want like one last kiss? Fantastic acting by Barrymore. There couldn't have been a better Jekyll and Hyde. No, it could have only ever been him. Look at those teeth. Ugh. You're horrible, Mr. Hyde. I don't want to look at you.
But you must look at me. You must. Think of all the things I can do. I could trample on you like you were a street urchin. Wouldn't that be fun?
Man, the way those fingers move is just disturbing, isn't it? It's fantastic acting. It's like he's mastered every muscle in his body. Oh, there goes the poison. Help, help! Oh, no. It was Mr. Hyde. It was horrible. He tried to hold me with his disgustingly long fingers. Oh.
It'll be alright, Millicent. Don't worry. It's all over.
And there, fantastic editing. You can't even tell where Hyde ends and Jekyll begins. Absolutely beautifully done, isn't it? Right? Like, most of this was done without any kind of prop makeup. So, the reversing of it all, absolutely fantastic. Well, that was done with makeup, the close-up. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of this is just his facial or facial muscles being contorted. As if he were, you know, an actor. Very strange how that works, isn't it? Yeah.
Don't worry, Millicent. I'm sure we'll find Dr. Jekyll. He is probably okay. He's taken his own life. It is his atonement.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't actually happen in real life. Sorry to tell you. I'm very much alive. Yeah. Yeah.
Hyde has killed Dr. Jekyll.
A last mercy, as it were. Yeah, they didn't want to break her heart. Like, they couldn't tell her that her own fiancé had killed her own father. And then himself. It's very understandable. It's a kind of mercy that you don't really see most days anymore. Yeah. And of course, it's all her father's fault, isn't it? Like, if her father had never tempted me, I'm sorry, had never tempted the film version of me, then none of this would have ever happened. Yeah, it's not my fault. I'm sorry, it's not his fault. Yeah. Look at him. He might be sleeping. We've seen opium addicts who looked less lively than that. The end. It was definitely a lot of fun being here with everyone, Hyde included. But I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna say goodbye now. Goodbye, everyone. I was just a figment of your imagination, wasn't I? See you all later.